So if you're dating someone and they ride by your place and
Stalking. But
and
go
they
ahead.
see a car in the driveway and they
Okay.
decide to stop, would you be okay with that?
The point is, why would you ride by somebody's house?
What if they're just in the area?
No, but the point is, if you're in the area, you call. You don't have to ride by somebody's house. See,
Mhm.
that's an insecurity again, because here go the point. You don't know if we're not exclusive. Not to say I'm doing nothing. You know, most
No.
men like me, I've always been a man that always had female friends.
Hmm.
I've never had male friends. Not well, a lot of them, two at the most. But I've never had a lot of male friends because females are more realer than some of the dudes. So if I'm sitting there kicking it with a friend that could be a girl, you may take that some kind of way. You see what I mean? And it ain't even that. So when you go by somebody's house, that shows a sign of insecurity because whether you in the area or not, that don't mean you got to go by somebody's house. You could have just went on home still, and then called and say I was over by your area, and then well, why you ain't call me? You see what I mean? But you don't ride by somebody's area and then say I'm in your area, I'm here, open the door. Wait, hold up. You see what I mean? You already got an ulterior motive already. You see what I mean? You could be talking to a dude in my mind that in a dude mind that could be that could be your brother. I'm like, yeah, I saw you over there with that dude. Oh, that was my brother. See, now you look at no, you don't do that. You don't do that for what? If you secure about who you are, see that's what the difference between men and women is. Men love a woman that's secure within herself.
Hmm.
That you ain't on thinking it's always something going on.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But if you that type that, let me go look. He ain't called me all day. People got life. Life is life in. So what are you talking about? So yeah, that's insecure stuff. No, and then when you get hurt, and not saying you will, but guess what? You roll by there to see that. Ain't nobody tell you to ride over there. Vice versa, be it male or female. You
Hmm.
know, damn, like this. No, you ain't gotta do that. I was by your area. Let me say, damn, well, why you ain't call me? I'm over at your house. Open the door. Huh? I may not even be doing nothing, but hey, I may not. You may not want to be bothered right now. You may just want to take a shower or a bath and relax.
Hmm.
And here I come invading your personal space,
Hmm.
or vice versa. Or you know what I mean? Come on, man. Like, dude, one thing people don't understand is life is gonna life. And
Yeah.
you show the sign, and your sign that you show already let a man know that, hey, I see what kind of woman she is. I don't know if I want that.
Hmm.
Or vice versa. He real clingy. Or you know what I mean? I don't know. I was at Victoria's Secrets and I thought about how you know her panty size. You don't sit your ass down somewhere and secure ass dude. I come from an era where my grandfather taught us men was men. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You ain't got to pretend to be a man because some of these dudes are, man, they just female in men clothing. Real.
Female and men clothes.
And I'm not talking about trans and drag. I'm just telling some of these dudes is just so soft with it, and then they wonder why that woman go looking for a real dude. You know what I mean?
So what make them soft?
What make what
Like because
soft?
they at Victoria's Secrets, or
No, what makes them
what do you
soft?
say?
What makes them soft is when you smother a woman.
Okay.
You don't have to smother a woman. Here
Okay.
go the funny part about it. When you smother a woman, man. When I grew up, my mom used to always tell me this. She'd be sitting around with her girlfriend. She'd be like, "Get from up under me, go outside and play." You know what? She'd have to come and find my ass because I'm gone. Don't tell me to go outside and play. So that's always been my mentality. I'm never gonna smother a woman. I'm gonna let a woman be a woman.
Hmm.
You know what? Hey, listen, if whatever ain't meant for me, ain't meant for me. You know?
Yeah.
She gonna look. You can think a woman can go to the store and get some milk and get sex. You think I'm gonna stress myself out about what somebody else do? What ain't meant for me ain't meant for me. It'll show. But then some of these dudes been handcuffing them. It ain't even winter time. What else you got? I know some. I know plenty of them. Well, I ain't gonna say plenty of them. But I know some. What
All
else you
right.
got?
Okay. Do you believe that women respect men regardless of their financial and social status?
Key word: if you're a man, if he's a
Mm-hmm.
man, a lot of people don't realize you don't have to be the financial guru of your household if you're a man.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're a boy or you this weak ass dude, guess what? It don't matter if you was bringing in millions. She's still gonna look at you as a sucker. A woman can tell a man from a mile away how he carry himself, how he walk, how he address people. You know what I mean? The command, if he come in and he command the room versus one that's just in the room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Women can tell that. And they
Yeah.
also can tell it because most of these men now are just they cling on to women. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see, baby. I'm going to the store. I just walked in the store. I just bought what I'm buying. I'm headed back. You can't respect that.
Mm.
You know, women are not gonna respect that. They're gonna go looking for. I always look at it like this: when in a relationship with a man and a woman will test a man to the brink to see how much of a man he is. She'll be slick with it. She may go, "You silly as hell." He'll be like, "All right, you punk ass." She waiting to see your response.
Mm.
She gonna keep pushing the limit, and then once she puts that limit to where you don't check at every stage that she's throwing these little shots.
Mm-hmm.
Once she gets so far, the respect is gone,
Mm.
and once that respect is gone, you can never get it back. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you try to get physical with her, but then you're going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always a battle with men and women when it comes to that, because they're gonna test and see how much of a man you are. You know, it's subtle little stuff. Your bitch ass, and you don't say nothing. Wait, hold on. Wait, what you say? Yeah. You have to check at each point.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? But once that point is gone to where you ain't responded, she done built up that courage to where it's like, this soft ass dude. Now she looking for who you used to be. That's just reality. And it can be the same thing, vice versa, with a woman. You know what I mean? When a man lose all respect for a woman, he'll do the same thing. It's no different. Respect is a big part of life. That
Okay.
is what it is. And once respect gone, everything